in a state of shock, but the important thing is to call the police.
Wait a minute, pal. What you just said doesn't make any sense.
What is it, Wade?
Well, he just said that Lee loved him and he loved her. Well, Lee and Mr. Dennison just got engaged.
No, I have been a damn fool.
Oh, you have not. You've been a wonderful father.
Father, no, Vicky. I'm far too young to be a father. Can't you see? I'm behaving like a 2-year-old. I'm the one that should grow up, not marry Lynn. You know, instead of showing her how much I love her, I've just been pushing her farther and farther away. You're right. I've got to phone her. I'm wrong again. Not got to. Want to.
All right, I'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you need me to talk to her later, I'm certainly available.
Thank you, Vicky. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the help you've given me in this.
Oh, Tom. Dial.
Yes, ma'am.
Cord, don't get me wrong. I'm really enjoying this time with our little baby so little and cuddly and everything. But at the same time...
Yeah, I know. I can't wait till he's a little bit older, you know, like 2, 3, toddling around. I mean, it'll be great when he's walking, and then he'll go up to some dog, I bet, and pull his tail or pull picture frames off shelves and knock everything down.
Not our son. He is going to be a perfect gentleman.
Oh, yeah? You're so sure of that, huh? Well, still, I'd like to put all breakable items, like, real high so you can't reach them.
You know, I can't wait till he's old enough to just crawl into my bed and just snuggle up with me and ask me to tell him a bedtime story.
Oh, yeah? Since when did you become such a big storyteller?
I've never told one in my life, but I've always fantasized about it. You know, fantasized about telling one to my child.
Oh, I see. Well, no time like the present.
I have to think about this.
Oh, come on. What's to think about? Best stories are the ones that just come pouring right out of you, like dreams.
All right. Once upon a time...
See, that's a good start right there.
You be quiet.
Okay.
Once upon a time in a kingdom far away.
Oh, what was the name of this faraway kingdom?
It was called the Kingdom of San Germano.
Okay.
And in this kingdom of San Germano, there lived a lonely princess.
Oh. What about a beautiful, lonely princess?
Oh, whose story is this?
Sorry.
Okay, so in this kingdom of San Germano lived a lonely and beautiful princess. But she cried all the time. She lived in this big empty castle, and she cried all the time. And one day, she was sitting out in her garden, crying, of course. And this big shadow just appeared over her face, and she looked up, and she saw this huge giant. I mean, she was terrified. I mean, she was. And she started to run. And then he called out after. He said, "No, beauty, don't," in a very gentle voice. And so then, of course, well, she stopped. And then she looked up at him. And he said, "My name is Piccolino, and you're just the most beautiful creature I've ever seen. But why are you crying?" And she told him. And then he cried. He was so gentle. And then he told her to wait. So she did. And to her surprise, she suddenly stopped crying, too. And so she waited all day, and then she waited into the night, and then she waited in the spring, and then she waited in the summer, and then she waited in the fall. And then when the first snowflakes started to fall, well, she heard these big, heavy footsteps. And she looked up, and there...
May I come in?
Of course.
Thank you.
What brings you out this time of night?
Well, it's official business, I'm afraid.
Oh, sounds serious. Wait a minute. This is Mary Lynn. She hasn't been in another accident, has she?
No. Mary Lynn is fine. At least she's not hurt, anyway.
Well, what is it? What's wrong?
It's Lee, Tom. We got a call at headquarters. She's been shot.
Well, there must be some mistake, Ed. I mean,
No. I was there when the call came in. We don't have many details, but at least we know she was shot at Holden Towers. I'm on my way right there.
Well, what are we standing around for? I'm coming with them.
Okay, I'm done. Hold it. One more shot. Get a picture of the outline, kid.
I'm sorry, Mary Lynn, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you some questions.
Oh, come on, Rafe. She's in no condition to be answering questions. Look at her. She doesn't even know where she is.
Wait, I have to find out what happened. Now, Mary Lynn, can you tell me what you were doing here tonight?
Look at her, Rafe. Can I start? Okay, this whole thing started tonight with an argument that Mary Lynn and I had with her father.
Where was this?
The carriage house. See, Mary Lynn and I were... Well, we've been planning to get married, and her father just won't accept it.
So you fought about it?
Yeah, but Mr. Dennison came down so hard on Mary Lynn that she decided she was going to have to move out of the house. And she wanted to talk to her mom about it. She knew she was working late, so we decided we'd come here.
Can I say something right now?
Mr. LaMarr, I'll get to you in a minute. Is that true, Mary Lynn? Did you come here to talk to your mother?
Come on, Rafe, just leave her alone for a little bit, can't you?
Wade, I'm sorry, but I'm going to need more than your version of the story.
Rafe, I can back up some of what Wade says.
Go ahead, Max.
I saw Wade in the restaurant tonight. He said Mary Lynn had gone upstairs to talk with her mother. He was giving them a chance to work things out before he would go check on her.
Why?
I told you, because of Mary Lynn's father. And I thought if Lee backed up Mr. Dennison on this, I wanted to be with her to support her.
And finally, after waiting a good long time, I could see that Wade was getting a bit worried. He was about to go up to Lee's suite to check when one of the bellhops came in and told us that he'd heard a shot.
So we jumped in the elevator, and we came up here to the 5th floor, and we ran in and found Lee's body on the bed.
That's not all we found. Mr. LaMarr here had a gun in one hand and Mary Lynn in the other.
Okay, Mr. LaMarr, I'd like to hear your version.
Rafe, is it all right if I get out of here?
You're a material witness, Max.
I'm not flying to Rio. Look, I own this hotel, and I just want a chance to talk to my staff and my guests. I'm sure they heard about the shooting. I just want to reassure them if possible.
Okay, on one condition. You stay available, because I'm sure I'm going to have more questions for you.
I'll be here in the hotel. Wade, you hang in there, okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So sorry. Take care of her.
Go ahead, Mr. LaMarr.
Tonight began as a very special, a very wonderful night for me. Lee was working late, and I came by to see what she was doing, how she was doing.
What, Mr. LaMarr?
I'm sorry. We weren't supposed to meet here. Ostensibly, we were going to discuss business.
But that wasn't the case?
No. You see, Lee and I were lovers. It began a long time ago back in Nevada, and then fate intervened and separated us, and we finally found each other back here in Landview.
Rafe, Lee and Mr. Dennison have just been engaged.
They had. She told me that tonight. It hurt me very much. It confused me, upset me. Lee told me that she was going to marry Tom to provide a family for Mary Lynn. She also said that her heart wasn't in it, that her heart belonged to me. And she cried, and I took her in my arms and I kissed her. And then we came up here because we were going to make love, and that's when Mary Lynn burst into the room.
Is that true, Mary Lynn? Is that what you saw?
Ray, leave her alone. She can't answer questions right now.
Wade, I just want the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. When Mary Lynn saw her mother in my arms, she went berserk.
Oh, come on, that's not true.
You weren't here, Coleman. She was hysterical. Lee went to her, tried to calm her down and speak with her, but she wouldn't listen. And then she attacked me. She attacked me physically, and I slapped her very hard. I knocked her down there, and she was unconscious. And then when she came to, she saw the gun, which I had placed on that table. She made a lunge for it. I tried to grab her, but she was too quick for me. And then she picked up the gun, and she held it like this, directly at my chest.
Mary Lynn hates guns. She doesn't even know how to hold one.
She wasn't herself, Coleman. She was crazy, mad with rage. She said she was going to kill me because I was going to destroy her new family. And she would have, too. Excepting Lee put her life before me. She threw herself between us. Her back was to Mary Lynn, just as Mary Lynn pulled the trigger.
Oh, come on, Rafe. You're not buying any of this, are you?
What happened then, Mr. LaMarr?
Lee fell on the bed. She was in a state of shock. She stood there like a statue. I came to my senses. I tried to get the gun from her. The instant I touched her, she turned into a tigress. She fought me tooth and nail. I managed to get the gun away from her. Then I pushed her very hard. I went back to the bed to see what I could do for Lee. Then Mary Lynn rushed me again, and that's when Coleman and Holden came into the room. That's the truth, Rafe. No matter how tragic or painful this is, that's the truth of what happened here tonight.
No, he's lying. They're lies. They're all lies. Oh, honey, I'm so glad you're better. I'm glad to see that nasty old crook didn't really hurt you. Did you try to get some sleep? Like your daddy over there. It's too early, so I'm not going to wake him. It's not his turn to watch yet. Oh, what a night. It's been kind of a wonderful night. Yeah. It's been wonderful because it's been like a family. All three of us. And maybe we were family for one night.